Hey YouTube, Silver Prism here. Just wanted to give you a little something. This is chili. Just started putting it on the heat and everything. You can see it's a big old stock pot. This is all gonna get canned up once we get the flavors the way we want it. What's in it is about 4 pounds of beans. You got 2 pounds of pintos and a pound of black beans, pound of red kidney beans, and little handful of small red beans because I just had a little bit sitting around, so I soaked them all overnight and filled up quite a bit. It was probably up to there with beans, and then took a whole tin can of whole stewed tomatoes and diced them up, juice and all, tossed them in. There's 2 whole onions in there, some of the bell peppers that I dehydrated, threw about 3 handfuls, 2.5 handfuls of those in there. Had some Anaheim, some red Anaheims. Tossed those in there, about a handful of those. About 4 bay leaves. 2.5 pounds of ground beef. A jar of roast beef that I threw in there that didn't seal up when I made a bunch of roast beef, so I threw that in there just to use it rather than trying to waste it, or just by throwing it out or recanning it or anything like that. It just turns out god awful if you try to recan it. Some garlic and salt, pepper, of course, a bunch of chili powder, and then my secret weapon. I know I'm a chef, so I'd never do this in the restaurant, but my secret weapon for this is a packet of taco seasoning and a packet of enchilada seasoning. Love this stuff in chili. It works out great. It just kind of throw things together the way you want them, and you kind of follow that format, and you'll pretty much hit it on the money. Of course, adjust the seasoning how you like it. There's a big old container. Let me grab it real quick. I fill these up with poultry stock, with either chicken or duck or turkey. During Thanksgiving times and Christmas times, we'll cook about 4 or 5 turkeys throughout the holidays, and we'll have all those bones left over and everything, and I'll make a giant batch of stock and freeze up 4 or 5 of those little square containers. I toss one of those in there, just kind of, once it starts to warm up and marry all the flavors together, I'll taste it and see how I like it. I use kosher salt, and only kosher salt, well, other than sea salt, in my cooking. So there's a good sized bit of that, because these beans will soak up a lot of flavor and turn out real nice. That way you don't just get a bunch of flavored water and funky beans, bland beans. But this is a big pot. It's a big stock pot. My kitchen's a mess right now because, well, I've been destroying it making this. Thank God for Dove picking up after me. Otherwise, I'd be knee-high in dishes. But yeah, I'll finish this up, and if it gets too low, I'll either add more stock, or if I like the flavors where they are, I'll add more water and get it to where it's just right, and we'll see how many quart containers we get. I'll give you guys an update on all that when I start canning this up. Alright, later.